So it would be great for you to ask your questions in the chat box so we see how best to support you in your journey to actually implement this amazing curriculum in your school and share your success story with us. Like I said earlier, my name is Susan Charles and I'm your host for today's meeting. So the time is now 3:35, and so I'll be sharing the agenda of today's meeting. So we spent the first 5 minutes doing what we've been doing called the meet and greet. And then Ms. Ugochi Okorie will be taking us right in to see the journey so far, what we've been able to do and accomplish with this curriculum. And then just before we hear from our three presenters for the show and tell today, I'll be sharing with you the curriculum from my perspective and what we've been able to do with it as well. Then I'll be sharing what we are looking forward to, and then the big news that we have today, which is the Tour Nigeria project. So these are the things that we'll be sharing today. So without any further ado, I'd like to find out, Mr. Gochi, are you ready to take it away? Are you ready to show us the video? Or would you like me to share? Okay, great. So the floor is yours now, beautiful lady. Thank you.
Okay. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, ma'am, we can.
Okay.
We can't hear, if there's any audio in your video, we can't hear it though, or we can see it.
Sorry, you can't hear me?
No, we can hear you, but if there is any audio in your video, we can't hear anything from your video, but we can see it.
It's being very loud. Okay.
Please, if you're just joining us, it's important that you keep to the ground rules. Please stay on mute. And if you have a question, kindly type your question in the chat box, okay? Thank you. And then you can share with us where you're joining us from in the chat box as well.
Can you hear it now?
Okay, ma'am, we can't, but just tell us about your video. Let's understand what you're trying to show us so you can tell us about it. Thank you.
Okay. So hold on, let me take out the volume here since you're not hearing. Okay, so we started with digital responsibility, and what you're seeing is pictures from various schools carrying out the implementation of the digital responsibility curriculum. This is from Delight School, and this is from Omala's Destiny School, Uyo. And then we moved on to life skills and workforce preparation. This is a clip from Delight School, Owerri, preparing for their inter-house sports. They made a flyer for their inter-house sports. They made a menu for their kitchen, Delight Kitchen that they started. And this is from Omala School. They built a website. This is also from Omala's Destiny School, Uyo. This is the process they pass through, production of customized socks. They have a website where you can go check out what they are doing and order for a website. This is from Delight School also. So everything you're seeing right now are coming from schools that implemented the life skills resource pack. Okay. Now, this is from Redeemers International School, also for life skill and workforce preparation. And then we moved on to computational thinking. And this video is from the Delight School, Owerri. The children learned how to code using the CS curriculum. And that's the child explaining everything he has learned, and he was able to give commands to his sprite and tell the sprite what to do and how to move along. Okay, I'm just going to move it on a bit since we can't hear the video. Okay. This is also from Omalas, while they watched the different lessons and then practiced. This is from Redeemers also. So these are just a few schools that carried out the curriculum implementation, as we can see here. Right. And then we have those who won the leaderboard winners. We have the Google Swags that they won. Okay, and this is Mrs. Omori from Oak Grove Hill, Port Harcourt. And then this is Mrs. Choma Igwe, Omalak's Destiny School. And then we also had the 10 gigabyte data giveaway, and that was won by Mrs. Folakemi Omori. And then most recently, we had the virtual presentation training, and these are some remarks from those who received their certificates from attending that training. So it's been a wonderful journey so far, and we look forward to doing a whole lot more with all of you. Besides all of this, we also started something, the Cohort website, where we showcase everything schools have been doing. And I'm going to share this with you this afternoon. And so this is the homepage. Okay, this is for digital responsibility. If you visit this website, you're going to be able to watch the digital responsibility video by clicking on this link right here, watch on YouTube. And then moving on, you have the resource pack right there. And scrolling down further, you have Omalas Destiny International School. You can see all the things they have been able to achieve so far. We have Oak Grove Hill. So you just go through them and see what the schools have done so far. It's been amazing working with this curriculum. And then moving on to life skills and workforce preparation, we also have the same thing where you can watch the video on YouTube and then take a look at what the schools have done. If your school is not here, then you have a lot of work to do. So we look forward to getting your pictures of implementation so that we can put them up here also. And then we have computational thinking. Okay, for computational thinking, we have Omalas Destiny School that they have started implementing the curriculum. And we look forward to all the other schools that are going to turn in their pictures so that we can put them up here. That will be all from me. Enjoy the show and tell conference.
All right. Thank you so much, ma'am. So I could see a couple of teachers smiling. And so for the benefit of those who have no idea what we're talking about, I'll just give a brief rundown. Now, this is the show and tell is just an offshoot of what we've been doing with the Google webinar series. So there's a webinar series provided by Google for education, and they are teaching about 6 emerging trends in education that we need to be part of our schools. I mean, we are all in Nigeria, and so we can agree that we have been seeing a lot of things online about what children are doing, and how that I'm sure we're all thinking about how best we can actually support the children in our own schools so that we don't have to be reactive and then have a scandal happen before we support. So one of the areas that Google has provided training and materials is in digital responsibility, where children need to learn the tenets of digital safety. They need to learn what to share online, what not to share, where to share. They need to learn about keeping also their digital footprint. They have to be intentional about that. So teaching digital literacy in a fun way. So Google provided games and resource packs and even 1 hour webinars for teachers so we can watch and then see how to use the material. And then we have our WhatsApp group where we provide support. So if you are starting the curriculum, you have any questions, you need any extra support, how can we help you? We provide that support. So we have digital responsibility, which was the first one. We already did that. We have, oh, please, can you put yourself on mute? Okay, and then we also have life skills and workforce preparation. We can all agree that the world has really changed from how it was before, especially with work. And so our children have to be equipped with 21st century skills. So Google also provided training. Google also provided training and the curriculum for that. And we are available to provide support should you need to do that as well. Then we have computational thinking, which basically has to do with coding. Most schools I know right now, they are starting their coding clubs and all of that. So Google has provided a coding curriculum free of charge with various materials and all, as well as the webinar to teach us how to do that in our schools. And so it's been really exciting. We just went into the fourth trend, which is student-led learning before school closed for the term, and we'll be starting that very soon again. So we thought it wise for teachers who have been using the curriculum to share with you all what they've been doing so that you see what they've done, what they've been able to achieve with this, and then how they can get, how you can also do this in your school and all of that. So without wasting any more of your time, I'll be sharing the curriculum from my perspective. Now, I have someone, an amazing lady, and she's right here, Julian Echo, who works with us, and she was really excited. She works with Virtual Consulting, and she was really excited to deliver this curriculum. So she picked a school that is in the network of Virtual Consulting. Now, this school, they don't have computers, they don't have any form of technology. And as you can see in the pictures on my screen, she goes there with her laptop and her phone. But these children, even despite the challenges, they've been able to learn the tenets of digital responsibility. They've gotten their digital safety certificates. She's been teaching them life skills and workforce. They've started planning to set up their own business. They already have their products that they want to market, their polish that they want to market. And then even with such limited resources, the children are learning how to code. So I hear a lot of people saying, oh, well, this looks really good, but it's not, we don't really have computers in my school and all of that. This particular lady started this in a school that had no internet penetration whatsoever. And guess what? It gets even better. She's providing all of this with her time and everything in a school, all for free. And the trajectory of that school is changing. The children are exposed to things that are beyond what they knew before now. And so it's been really exciting. You can see the children. And now the parents of that school, I haven't even said that, the parents of that school are now seeking ways to get devices into that school so that their children can continue this even after this whole program is over. So you can imagine the amount of impact that just a few hours each week that she has put into this has, the kind of impact that it has generated. So for those of us who are here that have not actually even gone in here, or you haven't had any interaction with this, whether you have technology or not, don't let it faze you. There are so many resources to choose from. And the truth is, if you had to pay for this, it's very expensive. But like I tell people, it's so expensive that Google and MKB have paid for it. Okay, so I'd like us to celebrate Miss Julian. Please, let's just give her a virtual round of applause. She's here but she didn't want to present, but I thought that what she was doing was too amazing to hide, and so I thought it a good idea to have it out here. So well done, Miss Julian. We really truly celebrate the transformation that you are bringing to these young children and for the exposure that you have given them in this short time. Thank you so very much. Without wasting any more time, I'd like to call our presenter, Mrs. Chioma Igwe, all the way from Omala's Destiny School in Uyo. So Mrs. Igwe, are you ready? I'll be sharing your slides for you, so you can get to it. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Good evening.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Good evening. Sure, we can.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm so excited to be here today. I'll, in a short while, be showing us what we've done, what we've been able to achieve at Omala's Destiny International School. And my school is kind of, we are kind of technology disadvantaged at the moment because of what we are doing, but by the grace of God, we've been able to use our laptops and all that to be able to carry the children along. And I'll be going over to my slide now. Okay, please, my slide.
We're showing your slides, ma'am. We have the digital responsibility slide up already.
Okay, so we started with digital responsibility. Okay, looking at the slide, we looked at the Be Internet Awesome curriculum. Be Internet Awesome curriculum, we put the children through Be Smart, making them to know how to share with care, be alert, be internet alert, so that they don't know how not to fall for fake. And when we went on to look at Be Internet Strong, Kind, Brave, the children were meant to know how the kind of personal information that they should display out there. Okay, so the children were meant to know the kind of personal information they should display out there and what not to show out there. Okay, so we went ahead to also look at digital, that's the digital citizenship. I'm not seeing my slide, please. Okay, we went ahead to look at
Can everyone see the slides, please?
Yes.
Yes, I can.
Great.
You can take a minute to leave and come back, please.
Sorry?
All right, ma'am, you can continue. Everyone can see your slides. Okay, so great. So she's back in.
Yes, I'm seeing my slide now. Okay. So we look at digital citizenship and safety education. So we taught the children how to be safe, you know, how to create a strong password, and then how to, apart from that, we went to the interland games. Most of our children played the games and they all got their certificates and they are still playing the games. We also took it to the vocabulary aspect. We looked at the vocabularies associated with digital responsibility. And the children learned the different vocabularies associated with digital responsibilities. Like you know, being online privacy, reputation, code, and all that. And looking here, you're going to see few pictures of what we did with digital responsibility implementation. We didn't left our nursery class out of it. We still opted them into the curriculum by printing out, you know, having the different interland activities printed out, and the children were taught in a way that they can understand, and they were able to color those activities. Also, we were able to also carry our parents along because we show the parents, we brought them in and showed them what we are doing, and also gave them the family link so that they can also continue as well with that with the children at home. Okay, now for life skill and workforce preparation, we looked at the design thinking activities, which has to do with planning, collaboration, innovation and all that. Our children learned how to collaborate. For example, one of the classes had in their pre-vocational studies to produce bread sandwich. So the children came together and planned on what kind of bread sandwich they want to go into. Some said they don't want to blend their
Hello,
feelings.
Ma'am, are you still with us?
While some said they want to blend their feelings. Jamboard and
yes,
and
I can hear you.
me? Okay, so they went to Jamboard and were able to bring in all their ideas that they have outlined together, and they select the most important ideas, that refers to their bread sandwich. And another group also did that with potato, yam, and plantain omelette. That's for another class. And at the end of the day, they went to the Jamboard and they were able to arrange how the production of their different items will go. Okay, and not only that, we also got the children divided into groups, and using applied digital skills, the children were able to design a website for promotion of their products. Okay, and looking here, you are going to see some of the pictures, but I would also like Susan to share one of the websites so that you can see what the children did. The children were able to, they kept designing. Initially, they started with making of face masks, and at the time they said no. For some reasons, if they do just the face, the nose mask, someone can still sneeze beside you and get it contaminated through your eyes and the openings in your body. So they went ahead to change the design to be face shield, and they were able to design the website, and we can send the link to the website later on. The other group also designed a website.
We'll be showing that. We'll be showing that after your slides.
Okay. So the other group also designed a website to showcase or to sell their products, their customized sauce. So they all did the same thing. Okay. So for life skill and workforce, we really did a lot. The children enjoyed that aspect. So we dwelt a little bit longer there. And finally, computational thinking. We were able to only go through the first curriculum there, which is the CS first, computer science first curriculum. The teachers were able to sign in as teachers, and then we sign in the children as students. We were meant to watch short videos. They watch the short videos and they implement using the startup project. So the children will watch and then go back using the startup project to the scratch, and then they do the same. So we're able to do characterization, and we're able to do two of the activities there, which has to do with characterization and presentation. So this is what we're able to achieve. And you can also check out this site. This is about one of the group, our site, where the children, that's the website that they designed. You'll see a lot of things that the children were able to structure, and they knew that it's actually easy to build a website. Okay, this is our website. We have the home. You'll see the different things the children has on, mentioning the address of the website of where their business is, where you can get them, why you must buy from them, and a whole lot of that. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening.
Well done, ma'am. Well done. And the truth is, just as you're talking, it's easy to actually hear the excitement in your voice, and it's easy to hear. Sorry, can you please go on mute if you're not a presenter? Thank you. It's easy to hear the excitement in your voice, and it's easy to sense the passion behind this. So thank you for showing us another perspective and seeing that being technologically disadvantaged is not an excuse not to teach your children about technology or about the emerging trends. So yes, for some reason we only saw a section of that site, but like I said earlier, we're sharing these slides and we'll be sharing the link to all of the amazing things that we've done so far. So up next, I'd like to call our second presenter, Mrs. Omori. This is another person who is really excited. Okay, so I'm seeing a question from Deanway Islamic School. So the children in that school are in primary school. So I think she had children in primary 5, primary 6, and all of that. But there are different activities. So even with the ones that my team member did, that I showed earlier, we had activities there for primary 2, we had activities for primary 3, and all of that. It's something that is really versatile. There are some materials that the nursery children can use, especially with regard to digital literacy as well. So it's over to you now, Mrs. Omori. Well done. Mrs. Omori, we can't hear you. Okay, so while you're trying to work on your sound, we can't hear you. I'd like to mention that the materials that we have in the resource packs, they're not just for primary school. We have resources all the way up to secondary school, and even some courses for you adults, for parents. We have resources for people, university students, and all of that. So there's something in here for everyone. So regardless of what level of children you interact with in your school, there is something to learn, and there is something to benefit them. So Mrs. Omori, are you ready to share? We can't hear you. We can't hear you, so probably you have to join in. Okay, so while she's trying to fix her sound, I could just start sharing her slides. So you see the amazing things that she's been able to do. So Mrs. Omori works with Oak Grove Hill Academy, Port Harcourt, and it's been really amazing what they've been able to achieve. So they started with the digital responsibility, and the children went through all the 5 areas of digital responsibility, which entails being digitally smart, be internet smart, be internet brave, be internet alert, be internet strong, be internet kind. Okay, so it's actually she actually has been doing a good job. So are you here, ma'am, and are you ready to share? Hello, Mrs. Omori, we can't hear you again. Okay, so moving on while she's still trying to fix that. So let's hear from a digitally responsible child. So you hear the child's own words about what they've been able to achieve. It's been really impressive, if you ask me, what she's been able to do in her school with her amazing team of teachers in such a short time. And then they're even going to end this presentation with an invitation. So keep your ears open for the invitation, okay?
Everyone, my name is Tolu. I won't tell you my surname because I've been taught what to share and what not to share. I attend Oak Grove Hill Academy. Thank you MKB Consulting and Google for bringing digital responsibility to my school. I am now internet strong, kind, brave, smart and alert. This is something every child who uses the internet should be. Before I forget, internet games are truly amazing. Bye.
Okay. So, did we all hear from the child, from the digitally responsible child? Okay. Now, moving on to what they did with the life skills and workforce preparation, they started with design thinking. So you can see their deliberation board. You can see how they started in the first picture with just a few things, the different steps of design thinking process: planning, collaboration, innovation, and acceleration. And then you can see how that mind mapping went down, and you can see in the second picture where they have the problems that they've identified and the kind of solutions that they would want to provide and all of that. It's been really exciting, to be honest. And here, so according to her, she said they learned that planning takes time and that it's okay to ask for help because working together makes achieving your goals easier. Of course, someone said that teamwork divides the work and multiplies the success. Okay? They also learned that they can make decisions and take action no matter how small. And they learned that reflecting on the outcomes of the action they have taken is very important because every action has, you need to get feedback to realize or to know if that action is actually giving you the resultant effect that you plan to get in the first place. And then they learned to create rapid learning cycles, meaning if they're successful, they proceed and they try to make it better. And they learned that if they didn't succeed, then they go back to the drawing board and try to make it better. So they learned through this, they learned to have a culture of continuous improvement. And then they learned that they must market successful products. Then they have another video here for you to hear from the children. So this is the one I said you would be getting an invitation, and it would be great if those of us in the same state as they are can actually honor the invitation of the children.
My name is Tizla Shamari. I'm Oil.
And
We are children of GfE Academy. Skills and life skills are those skills that a person needs to succeed in life.
The work skills, we started with design thinking. This is the stage when we look for the problem we need to solve.
In design thinking, there are 4 major steps: planning, collaboration, innovation, and acceleration.
It's the most important stage. This is because we don't want to waste our resources.
A lot of brainstorming. We realized that there are a lot of problems in the world, so we decided to solve one. The problem of mothers keeping their wigs anywhere all around the house.
So we decided to make a wig stand.
We got the carpenter to help us fabricate this wig stand, so we're going to fix it ourselves.
But we realized that it wasn't looking as nice as we expected. So we needed to polish it or spray it.
Now we fix it. And this is the wig stand. The name of our company is OHA Entrepreneurs, and our motto is
Quality and excellence.
That's our product. We created a website.
So we post pictures and videos of the product on all social media handles.
These social media handles are
Facebook,
Instagram, WhatsApp, and Twitter.
Thank you, everyone. We look forward to seeing you at the trade fair. Bye.
Okay, so this is the finished product of what they were creating, a wig stand that is collapsible and it's wood, so it's kind to the environment as well. And then they invited us all to their trade fair. So I'm told that they have a date for this and they'll be sharing that date with us so that we can come and see all that the children have been able to do, the kind of businesses the children have decided to start up, the kind of products that the children have decided to sell, all from what they learned with the life skills and workforce preparation resource pack. Isn't that amazing? So she says, thank you, MKB Consulting. Thank you so very much, ma'am. I'm so sorry that the network seems not to be working as well as we had hoped. I would have loved everyone to hear from you. I mean, like, all the amazing things I had heard from you personally, I would have wanted everyone else to hear them. But that's okay. We can still make use of the chat box. So great. So Friday, 3rd June is the date for the trade fair. She's working on a virtual connection. So for those of us who cannot attend in person, we can attend virtually. All right. So we'll be moving on straight away to the 3rd presenter. Miss Ijoma, are you ready for us?
Yes, I am.
Okay, great. So there's a lot of background noise where you are, so we can't quite hear you. So if you can please get rid of that background noise.
Mute myself.
Yes, please, ma'am. Okay, so the date for the trade fair, sir, is Friday, 3rd June, 2022. Friday, 3rd June. So anyone who's in Port Harcourt who would like to come out to support the children should please feel free to do so. Okay, so we're waiting for you, Missy Joma.
I guess it's taken care of now.
Oh, yes, it is. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Okay, this is Sijoma Olkeme. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, ma'am.
All right. All right. From Delight International School, Owerri. Okay, I'm here to show what we have done so far with the amazing curriculum, courtesy of Google Education and MKB Consulting. So we began with our digital responsibility curriculum. Okay, so you can see the first time, of course, we had few devices to start with. Okay, but then we still started. That's the most important part of it. Okay, so we were able to merge it with our internet class, which we already had in our scheme of work. So we were able to expose the pupils to the realities of life, looking at what the internet have turned out to be and how the learners, being of a younger age, being naive, have been able to do so far. So we taught the children how to be internet smart, alert, kind, strong, and brave. Then you see these young learners going out there to tell their parents what they have learned so far and helping mommy and daddy create strong passwords. Even things that their parents didn't know up to now, they are now learning from these children. So it was an encouraging and overwhelming feedback session with these parents, calling me on phone, calling the school. We love what you are doing, and this is what my boy have taught me. This is what my girl have taught me. So we were able to play the internet games too. We had our certificates, and this example of parents sending in, their proud parents sending in certificates of their children, and they were really happy about it. So we had a lot with the, so we also learned most words for the very first time, like fishing and other words, new words that they're able to learn from this curriculum. And today they can boast of having been taught of all this. So after that, we embrace the workforce skills. This is still another way of putting into practice theoretical framework. All the theory we do in the classroom, we are now putting it into practice and also exposing these learners at a very tender age, catching them.
Hello, ma'am. Are you there? Okay, so I think she's having a bit of connectivity issues. So let me just pick up from where she dropped off. So when they got into the life skills and workforce preparation, towards that time they were about to have their in-house. Okay, great, she's back.
We have inter-house first invite. We also went to our home economics class and we were able to design a kitchen menu. A kitchen menu, we tagged it, these are the kids doing this. Anyway, they were in groups, coming up with ideas of things they can do. Even their face sheet production, you can see them improvising, not just going out there, mommy, daddy, buy a new face sheet for me. This, they did this by themselves in groups, and they were able to come up with customized and lovely, lovely face shield for themselves. Then you can see them with their aprons. They made this by themselves. Okay, and this is them discovering talents that were have been hidden all this while. Most of them have not been able to handle a needle before now, but they did that. And we're able to see that they can actually do amazing things with their hands, you know? So we have lots of colorful products from them. So they are now proud that they could make their own aprons. Parents too were so, so happy about that. So, so this is a session where they were creating the Delight Kitchen menu, telling us amazing appetizers that they will serve us when we pay them a visit in their kitchen. We had our dessert, we had our menu, and amazing things that they did by themselves, learning to solve the internet and come up with amazing choice for themselves. So they created this using Google Slides. So it was also an opportunity to introduce them to that amazing environment. Okay, the school saw this and felt the need to give us a befitting learning environment. So you can see the learning environment have actually changed. We are now in a good, cool, and lovely learning environment. This is our new computer lab. So every child now has his or her computer practicing. They are no longer sharing. It's an amazing one, right? Thank you. So they're now able to be introduced to, okay, we have a video there, Susan. Please, we really need to hear from that child. Okay, so we introduce them how they can actually give commands. They have been hearing
So when I
about
see you're going to tell me how you are able to give the command. First of all, what have you learned so far?
I have learned how to give a command to a sprite. I have learned how to choose a sprite. I have learned how to give color to the sprite. I have learned how to give command to a plate of indomie and a pasta dance.
That's amazing. You can do all these, okay? Why don't you give command to that sprite over there?
For instance, left click on this.
Okay, so which other command are we going to give to it?
Then control. Then repeat 10 times.
Okay. Wow. Okay, give it another command.
Looks.
That's not bad. You can change colors here. You can do a whole lot of things, change sizes. So choose any one you like. You want to change color, change size. Okay, not bad. Good, 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 good. So what else can we do to it? Okay. Okay, well, you can just play it. Let's see. Let's see what we have there. You click on that. Wow, amazing. We've just learned this, right? Wow.
Okay, thank you. So they were so excited that they could code. They've been hearing it. To this time around, we gave them the opportunity to put that into practice, and they look forward to become better programmers, better builders, and relevant to the society. So that is that for now. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Wow, that's so exciting. And you see, you just started something small in your class, right? I'm sure you started just in your class, and the little effort that you put in with this amazing material got your school a digital transformation. And now you have gone from sharing computers to having a well-equipped computer room. So let's say that you right now you are a digital superstar in that school and indeed in your state. So congratulations, digital superstar. Well done. Well done. Okay, so it's really exciting seeing all of these things just coming to the fore. You know, it's easy to look at the material and say, okay, well, this material is great, but then when you see actual transformational stories, it makes everything else worth it. So I'd like to let us know what we are looking forward to. So as soon as we resume the webinars, the first one we'll be having would be student-led learning. And if you have missed anything, trust me, you don't want to miss student-led learning, because we agree that these days, children are no longer content to just be recipients of the information. They are questioning what you are teaching. They are questioning why they should do this and that. And so it's important to give them agency. It's important to give them a voice and give them a choice, really. Even though you want them to learn what you want them to learn, they have to learn it in their own way. So Google has provided provided the webinar for us to learn about, you know, what to expect or what to do. And then all of the things we are going to do, we'll be using for what I'll show you next. So we're going to be having webinars on student-led learning. We're going to be having a webinar on innovating pedagogy, which is your teaching methods. What are the things we can do to innovate our teaching methods and our current techniques that we use in the classroom? It's important to understand how to do all that. Like I said, for the past ones we've already done, which will be digital responsibility, computational thinking, and life skills and workforce preparation. If you still want to implement those, feel free to reach out to any one of us on the team, and we'll find the best way to support your school to get your own transformational story, because like we said, this is not for a select few, this is for everybody, whether you are technology advantaged or not. And so I'd like to show us something we did with the first cohort. It was really, really, really exciting, I promise you. So we did something called Walk About Africa. And we have a whole site about that. Now, what is the whole Walk About Africa project? So in a nutshell, I'll tell you what the project is about. Walk About Africa was a project that we all did when we were part of cohort 1. We did this project together to see how best to use these tools that we have learned about, especially with the ones we learned in student-led learning, to put together resources that we can use to teach children about Africa. And so all of these resources we put together on this Google site that I'll be sharing with you right now, or that I'm sharing with you right now. So you see, there's a video here, so you can decide to look through the video. So this was actually done with us, that's the Nigerian teachers that were part of this, and the South African teachers that were part of this, and we use it to generate new learning resources for our learners. I'm sure you're wondering how. Now look at this. So there's a game here. So imagine that you're teaching your children about the flags of Africa, and then they click on the image to play the flags game. So when you click on the flag, you need to, once that page has loaded, you need to say what flag that is to see how many flags you can actually recognize, and then you share your flag. So imagine that you're teaching your children about African countries. This is a great game to play with them. And then we have Cetera, where they learn geography while having fun. You can use it from any web browser. You can explore the world. You can learn about countries, capitals, and so many things. There are science quizzes there. There are printables, worksheets, flashcards, and you can translate the site into different languages. And then you can add your location to this Google map if you want, if that's one of the things you would like to do. And then for me, the most exciting part of this project was what we call the Walkabout in Africa. So if you look at this, you would see that there are different countries. There are different countries represented here. And it's not just about the countries per se, but it's about the different things that we can see. So I would like to show you. Okay, great. So look at this. So this is a Bitmoji classroom, what we call a Bitmoji classroom. And this is one of the things we'll be learning in the student-led learning webinar series. So this is a Bitmoji classroom. Now, if you click on any part of this, it takes you somewhere. For example, if you click on this box, it will take you somewhere to learn something about Algeria. If you click on this, it tells you about interesting places in Algeria. If you click on this, it tells you something about Algeria, different things you can see. So it's really exciting. You can click and then you are going somewhere. So the children, to them, they are playing a game. They are just learning. They're just seeing what they can do and say, oh, okay, I would like to learn about this. I'd like to show you the country I did. Incidentally, I worked on Nigeria, so it was really great. And if you look here, this would be Bitmojis of all of us that worked on this program, on this project together. And so you can see the pretty lady here with curly hair. That's me, or at least that's my Bitmoji. So, so let's click on the country. So for me, I worked with Nigeria. So let's click on Nigeria just so we can see what I did with Nigeria. Now we created, for each of these countries, we created Bitmoji classrooms for them. So the children will go into those rooms, and once they get in there, they would see, okay, so let's start with Algeria. Now, they will see different things that they can learn about Algeria. So if you click on this, it takes you somewhere, you come back, you click on something else, it takes you somewhere else, and then they are learning different things about Algeria. So on this page alone, they are learning about maybe 5 things or 7 things that they would like to know about Algeria, and then you move to the next country. So we have different countries in here. I worked on this country as well, Benin Republic, so you can see me there. I changed my dress here, so I'm wearing a different dress. I worked on this with 2 other people, with Katie from South Africa and Silas from Nigeria. So here you can see, if you click on the television, they would sing the national anthem. If you click here, they are learning something. If you click here, as you can see, you're probably learning about the food of Benin Republic. And it was a very exciting thing. Now imagine that we can create and replicate something like that for Nigeria. It's getting increasingly unsafe to travel around for excursions, but that doesn't mean our children shouldn't learn about where they're coming from. So I think that it will be a great idea for us, after we are done with this webinar series, to be able to use all the things we have learned, especially with regards to the student-led learning and innovating pedagogy, and use them to create these Bitmoji classrooms for all the different states in Nigeria, so that we can now start having virtual excursions. So your children will not necessarily need to travel to go to a place like Kebbi. You know, they can easily go on the Tour Nigeria project, and we can have like a walkabout Nigeria, exactly. You know, so it would be great for us to have that, to have our own sites to share with our parents in our schools, to share with the children in our classrooms. And you know, it's a very veritable tool. It's a very exciting one as well. And it was a good learning opportunity for us, because I worked on several other countries, and I learned a lot of things I didn't know before. For example, I had to work on a country, St. Helena. I didn't really know much about it, but because that was my country, I had to research it and find a way to make it fun for the children as well, and present it as a Bitmoji classroom. So the platform that was used to create that, we used Google Slides, we used Google Sites, we used Google Earth. You know, so as we go forward, for those of us who will be interested in the Tour Nigeria project, I would be very happy to share with you the requirements later on, not now, just so we can still focus on the webinars. But as we get more information, I'll be sharing that with us, so that we understand exactly what we would do with this. So I'd appreciate if any of us have feedback. If you have feedback, I'd like to hear from you. I'm loving all the comments I'm seeing. Thank you, Chinelo. Thank you. Okay, so we have a question from Mrs. Omori. Yes, ma'am. Let's see if your volume is back on.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now. Oh dear.
What network can do?
Oh
wow.
Dear.
I'm super excited about this particular webinar we're having. Really interesting. And I'm super excited about the Walkabout Africa, Walkabout Nigeria. So I can't wait to be part of this project. I want to thank MKB especially for bringing this to us. Honestly, there's so many resources online that we just don't care to look out for. And then you helped to draw our attention to the many things we can do in our schools that can make our schools truly spectacular. Honestly, many of our children, use the internet but don't even know exactly what to do with the internet.
Yeah.
But this series has actually helped them see that they can learn and even be vast in knowledge such that they can compete favorably with children all around the world. Honestly, I'm very happy to be a part of this. And my parents are super excited about what we're doing. When we were doing the recording for our finished product, you know, it's the holiday time, so I had to ask some of the children come in to do it. And some of the parents refused to go because they were like, "Are you doing this in the school? Are you serious?" They've been talking about it, but we didn't understand. Children talking about making logos, children talking about company name, and then saying they're building their website for, you know, they talk about it at home, but parents really didn't understand what they were talking about. So asking them to join this call is also a way of enlightening parents about what schools are doing and what not to expect even in this series. Thank you so much, Google. Thank you so much,
That's
MKB.
amazing feedback, ma'am. And you know, if we were spiritual, we will say that we are prophets, really, because I mean we've been talking about the need for children to understand digital footprint, the need for parents not to give children unrestricted access to the internet. And with all the things we are seeing these days, it has shown that, you know, it's right now, Google Family Link must be a superstar. Everyone is sharing, oh, join Google Family Link, use it to link your children's devices. I mean, there are things that could have been avoided, you know. So it's important for us to keep educating our parents, keep educating our community on these things, and let's not let our children get left out. Let's not be so focused on the math, English, and science that we are teaching that we forget that these are things that are necessary for our children to know. We need to know these things to compete favorably. So I can see Mr. K has become all preachy. So say amen, somebody. Yes. So we are raising children that can compete confidently in the world. So thank you so much. And for those of us who attended and you are teachers and you have not been part of this amazing journey, please do not let this pass you by. I promise you, these resource packs have every answer that your school is probably asking, and even the questions you would ask in the future. Don't wait for issues online before you start running around to look for the solutions, when you can choose to be proactive and secure your learning community, secure your children, secure your teachers, secure your school brand, and above all, put your children on the map by giving them the tools that they need to compete favorably with their counterparts anywhere in the world. Thank you so much for joining us today. I don't know if Mr. K has anything to say before we wrap it up and call it a day today. So Mr. K, do you have anything for us? You have some further preaching to do. That would be nice. Okay, great. So he's all preached out. All right. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you to our amazing presenters, Mrs. Joma, Mrs. Omori, Mrs. Igwe. Thank you so much for this. And thank you for everyone that attended from Kebbi. Thank you, Deanway Islamic School, from Abuja, from Lagos, from Port Harcourt, from Uyo, from Owerri. We really appreciate you. Thank you for joining us. And we look forward to seeing more schools active. So please, if you even have schools that are not part of this already, please get them on. And your teachers can partake. All you need to do is follow us on social media, send us private messages, and we'll be very happy to follow up with you and show you how your teachers can partake and be part of this. So please like our social media channels. We've shared our links for Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. Please join us on any of these channels. We also have a YouTube channel where we share videos that would benefit teachers, videos used for things that you can use the Google learning environment for, different things you need to know, questions you have, tips and tricks, webinar replays, and all of that. We'll be very happy to answer any questions you may have. If you reach out to any of our social media channels, you'll get swift response and you'll get rapid help. So thank you so much once again, everyone. We really appreciate you. Have a great rest of the day and enjoy the rest of your week. Thank you.
Thank you for thanking us.
You are welcome for thanking us, for thanking you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Miss Anna,
Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
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 Thank you.